Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on this channel. So this is the first in a long time new series that's coming about, and this one, completely new airport, first time ever done, completely new airport on a completely different board. As you can tell, it is currently resting on the Del Mar board, so I'm sorry if you see any other aircraft in the background. So this is, as you may have seen the poll quite a while ago, back in February I think, this is Waikoloa Kahumanu Airport, which is a fictional Hawaiian airport located on the Big Island, only half an hour away from Kona in Waikoloa, which is where many of the hotels and resorts are. I've stayed there, it's a lovely place. I've tried to recreate the scenery as best I can using railway charcoal as a sort of lava rock. This is easily the most detailed airport I've ever made. I wanted to make one that was more like a diorama than an actual airport. Still got work to be done on it. The car park is still to be done, and other bits, but I figured I've now got the collection I want to build this airport. So to get started, I'm just going to give you an overview of all the routes we have to this airport. It's not very many. So first we'll start with Hawaiian. They do not operate any mainland or other services to the airport besides inter-island. There are 3 daily flights to Kahului on the island of Maui, all operated by the 717 you can see in front of you, and there are 6 daily to Honolulu. Now this is easily our most frequent flight. There are 9 daily flights to Honolulu overall, which brings us on to our next one. So with 6 Hawaiian Honolulu services, there are also 3 Southwest Honolulu services operated on the 737 MAX 8 and 737-800 variants. Now Southwest do also operate 2 mainland services. These include Oakland on the 737-800 and Los Angeles on the 737 MAX 8. Now, I know that Southwest have recently started to die down their Los Angeles Hawaii services, but I still think it would be a good route to operate. They're not daily, so it goes, they only have 1 mainland service a day, so it'll go Oakland, Los Angeles, Oakland, Los Angeles, like that. And Southwest do also operate, like I said, Honolulu 3 times a day, and Kahului. Again, no services to Kona, Hilo or Lihue, because Lihue, there won't be much demand for it. Kona, only 30-minute drive away, so barely 3-4 minute flight. And Hilo, still on the same island, not a very long flight, no need for it. Now we're going to move on to the other airlines. At the moment, I've only included 2 other airlines and one we won't even see. So we'll start with the once weekly service, the only international service we see to this airport, and that is with Japan Airlines. They operate a 767-300, which I haven't got in this update, like I say. Now, that's it for them. It is a once weekly service. It's not much, to be honest. It's obviously not huge demand for it. It's just be a nice little airport, I thought, even though the demand isn't huge, so I wanted to include that one international service. Now, the final airline, there will be more in the future. I might start with Delta or Alaska, or even maybe Air Canada or WestJet if I get the MAX 8s from them. The final aircraft is United, who also operate the 737-800. You will see them in this update. They have once, I think 3 times weekly service, I'll say, on the 737-800 to San Francisco in California. So overall, it's not a huge airport, not a huge operation, so these updates are going to be very different. As you can tell, I've gone on for 4 minutes just explaining the airport, but the updates in future, I won't have to do that. So this update will be especially long, just going over everything going on in the airport. This includes the GSE movements. I'm going to go into extra detail with each aircraft, and all the buses arriving, telling you where they're coming from, where they're going to. So I'm going to start off here with this Hawaiian 717-200, a very new model for me, only got it recently. And this aircraft is going to be making a flight out to Honolulu. It recently arrived in from Kahului on the island of Maui. Now these aircraft tend to do 13, 14 turns a day. So this is its 6th turn of the day. It's just getting the bags on board. Passengers just come off. It's about a 45-minute 9-speed turnaround. Now let's move on to the next aircraft. And next up here you can see the Southwest 737-800, all the grey winglets. They don't operate any like these really, but It's the only Southwest 800 I've got. I would like to get Tennessee one, Illinois one, maybe New Mexico one, just to add to the 800 collection, that regular one as well. But so far it's the only 800 I've got. So this aircraft just arrived in from Oakland, and it's going to be starting its inter-island service today, going up to Kahului, then up to Honolulu. And it's going to be hopping up to Lihue from there, coming back down from Lihue to Kahului, Honolulu, and Honolulu back to here in Waikoloa. So it's got a busy day ahead of it, and then once it gets back here, it's going to be making the evening flight. Yeah, another Southwest red eye. They've only recently announced they're going to start doing them, so this is going to be one of the first ones they operate, and it's going to be heading back to Los Angeles. The lighting isn't the best from this angle, but I figured I'd still show it off. We have the United 737-800. Now this aircraft has just come in from San Francisco, and it's just getting the final bags on board before it makes its service out to back out to San Francisco. Obviously they don't do any inter-island services from the Southwest and Hawaii, so this aircraft is going to be heading out to San Francisco, and it's won't be coming back here for a couple of days, as it's only 3 times weekly. I decided to include this service pretty much because I wanted a mainland carrier to fly out here besides Southwest. Maybe one day I'll do Delta or something along those lines. I'll have to see. I would like to include another Hawaiian 717 in the next update. Now I'm going to go over some of the GSE here. So just you can see, getting my bags on board, and you've got cargo containers getting ready to be loaded. It's not very full flight, it's only got about half capacity on board. And that will bring us on to the 2 buses we have waiting to leave. It's very different for an airport update, but because it's such a small airport, we've now covered all the aircraft, so we're going to head out and have a look at these buses, and I'll let you know where they've come from. Right, you can see just pulling up to a very small airport terminal here. Now, funny thing about this terminal is it is actually the Royal Suite from Heathrow that I bought 3D printed, but it makes a perfect little Hawaiian Polynesian looking terminal, so I thought it'd be perfect. I'm going to try and paint it at some point. Now you can see this small bus here. It's arrived from the Hilton Grand Vacations in Waikoloa, and it is just a very small little minibus that takes passengers flying directly out of there to the airport. See, just departing past the lava field is this much larger bus. Now this one is going to the Hertz Rent-A-Car, or the Rent-A-Car Centre I should say, which includes Hertz, Alamo, Dollar and Thrifty. Not a huge selection there obviously, but it's just going to be taking a few people out there. Now that is it for this update really. There's not much else to say about this airport. I like having it as just a model, so I'll see how well this video does. If people enjoy it, I'll do more of them. If not, I won't do any more of these updates, and I will just enjoy the airport myself. So let me know what you think. I really love to hear, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.